Good morning. Welcome to grade 7. This is Srinivas, your physics teacher. Today, let us go through a little recapitulation of the previous lesson, motion and time. So, this is what you have gone through in your previous class. What is motion? How many types of motions are there? Random, rectilinear, rotational, oscillatory types of motion. Explanation about each type of motion. What is slow motion? What is fast motion? What is speed and what is the SI unit of speed, meter per second? What is non-uniform and uniform motion? How you can draw the graph? On x-axis always mention the time, and on y-axis mention the distance or displacement. For non-uniform motion also mention time on x-axis and distance on y-axis. Units of speed, when you have different measurements of distance and time. So let us come to the second part of the chapter, time. So here you are going to learn more about time, measurement of time. A duration or moment in which things occur is known as time. With the help of clocks and watches, we generally measure time. It is very difficult to think that how did the people in ancient time measure time, as they did not have clocks or watches. Time is fundamental aspect of physical world. The standard unit of time is second. 1 second is the duration to cover 9,192,631.770 vibrations of the radiation relative to the transition between two levels of ground state of a cesium 133 atom. So, measuring time, we measure time in seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years, seasons, fortnights. One fortnight is 14 or 14 days. 2 weeks is one fortnight. In order to measure the time, ancient people used some natural events which are repeated regularly after fixed time intervals. Example, they found that the sun rises every day in the morning, so the time between one sunrise and the next was known as a day. In a similar manner, time from one full moon to the next full moon was called a month. Light is the fastest among all, and according to scientists, nothing can travel faster than light. The speed of light is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second, or 3 lakh kilometer per second. 60 seconds make 1 minute and 60 minutes make 1 hour. 24 hours is 1 day, 7 days is 1 week, 52 weeks is 1 year, 365 days is equal to 1 year. 1 decade is 10 years, 1 century is 100 years, 1 millennium is 1000 years. Here you can see the time period of Earth. The day and night together make for 24 hours. One complete revolution of the Earth takes 365.25 days. A year was fixed as the time taken by the Earth to complete one revolution of the Earth. Many time measuring devices were used in different parts of the world before the pendulum clock became popular. Sundials, water clocks, and sand clocks are some examples of such devices. A sundial measures time by the position of the shadow cast by the sun. Here is the picture of sundial. The device which uses the flow of sand from one glass bulb to another in order to measure time is known as sand clock. A device in which the rate at which water drip from one vessel into another vessel time interval is known as water clock. You can see in this picture water clock. Simple pendulum. A simple pendulum consists of a small metal ball called bob, which is suspended by a long thread from rigid support such that bob is free to swing back and forth. The to and fro motion of a simple pendulum is an example of periodic or oscillatory motion. Galileo was the first person to study the motion of a pendulum. Galileo Galilei. So a rigid support, long thread, and you can see a metal ball called bob. This is called simple pendulum. So when it is in rest position is called mean position. When it moves to the maximum displacement, it is called extreme position. A pendulum completes every swing or every oscillation in exactly the same time, provided its length should be kept constant. The pendulum is said to have completed one oscillation when its bob, starting from its mean position F, moves to D to E and back to F. The pendulum also completes one oscillation when its bob moves from one extreme position D to the other extreme position E and comes back to D. So the time taken by the pendulum to complete one oscillation is called a time period. The time period of a pendulum depends on its length. The length of the pendulum is the length of the thread from the point of suspension to the center of the bob. Galileo experimented with various pendulums to verify his observation. He found that a pendulum of a given length tables always the same time to complete one oscillation. The observation led to the development of pendulum clocks. Winding clocks and wrist watches were refinements of the pendulum clocks. Here you can see the picture of Galileo Galilei, the scientist, and you have watched the lamp swinging. Galileo became interested in pendulum when he watched a lamp swinging in a cathedral. In 1602, Galileo began experimenting with pendulum and discovered that the period of the pendulum is not affected by the amplitude. What is amplitude? The maximum displacement of a body from its mean position is called displacement, is called amplitude. Units of time. Second is the basic unit of measuring time, and it is represented by symbol lowercase letter s. The larger units of time are minute and hour. 1 hour is 60 minutes and 1 minute is 60 seconds. Different units of time are used by depending on the need. Example, in order to express the longer time interval, the bigger units time are used, that is day, month and year. These units I have already mentioned. Nowadays, most clocks or watches have an electric circuit with one more cells. These cells are called quartz clocks. The time measured by quartz clocks is much more accurate than that by clocks available earlier. Measuring speed. We have learned how to measure distance and time. We can calculate the speed of the object. Now, we should learn how to measure the speed by doing an activity. Speedometer, odometer. The speedometer is an instrument on a vehicle dashboard which indicates the speed of the vehicle when it is moving. This instrument tells us the speed of a running vehicle at that instant, at that particular time in kilometer per hour. Example, a panel of instruments fitted on the top of a scooter or a bike or a motorcycle. In the same way, meters can be seen on the dashboard cars, buses and other vehicles in addition to the speedometer. There is another instrument in a vehicle called odometer. An instrument which is used for measuring the distance traveled by a vehicle is known as odometer. This instrument measures the distance in kilometers. Usually a small rectangular window within speedometer dial with the symbol km gives the odometer reading. Here picture shows you the speedometer at the rectangular box gives you odometer where the digits are present inside. How many kilometers you have traveled, it is shown here. Graphical representation of motion. By drawing the distance time graph, the motion of an object can be represented in diagram form. A distance time graph represents how the distance traveled by a moving object changes with time. Measure method to draw distance time graph. To draw distance time graph, use a graph paper. For drawing the distance time graph for a moving object, we require the readings of distance traveled by the object and the corresponding time values which have been obtained experimentally. The distance traveled by car at various times are shown below. Since the distance time graph for a motion of the car is straight line, so from here we can conclude that the car is moving with a constant speed or uniform speed. Other types of graphs we generally see while reading newspapers, magazines, etc., that the present information is represented in various forms of graphs in order to make it interesting. These graphs generally bar graphs and pie chart as shown in the figure. A diagram which shows information as thin rectangles of different heights is known as bar graph. In this graph, the position and heights of the bars represent the values of the variable quantity about which information being given. A kind of graph or diagram which shows the percentage composition of something in the form of slices of such circle, the whole circle representing 100% is known as pie chart. Here this is the pie chart showing the percentage of gases present in air. So points to remember, just go through what is in the screen about time, about simple pendulum, about speed, about non-uniform and uniform motion. That's all for today's class, and this is the end of the chapter. Thank you.